Welcome home to Eden. All right, this is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse. I've made it into my new level of ascension and I'm integrating. And I'm having all of these epiphanies that are so different in the way I'm thinking. Well, to me they are. To you it might just seem like, big deal, Eve. You just seem just the same as ever, just as whacked out and spiritual. But it's a feeling from within myself of this profound integration. So I want to talk with you about fear of commitment to a woman, fear of being married and really taking those vows. You know, people say, if I'm going to get married, I'm going to be with one woman for the rest of my life. What will that be like? Oh my God, it's a terrifying thought. I'll have no more experiences. I won't get to grow and learn. But this is what I want to encourage you about. Because if you're in love and you're wondering, why can't I take that last step or that first step into a life with her, think of it this way. This idea of just one woman, just, is such a joke. Okay? Because we are so multidimensional. We women and we humans, so committing to one person, we enter universes of experiences. We're committing to beginning an adventure into universes of experiences. So one woman for the rest of your life is such a lie because it's totally not even possible. If she's awake, if she's alive, if she's passionate, she will be ever changing, ever growing, ever renewing, dying and rebirthing. And if you are living passionately, you will be the same way to her. So then what happens is there's the game. The game is actually not to sit around and just be the same that you were when you were 19 or 20 or 30, whenever you married. That's not the game, to see how much the same you can be to fulfill your promise to the other person that you just stayed that way. No, the game that you enter it's about how will you stay connected in unconditionally loving this person as they constantly shapeshift. That's the challenge. That's the exciting thing, is to have somebody you're on this adventure with of continual transfiguration. Really, this is more realistic way to look at it, So you could keep changing persons in that case. Oh, well, if they're going to be different anyway, I'll just get a new person and it'll be, but the thing is, it's not, the interesting part is the depth of staying committed in your core essence of your connection through it all, and learning to understanding what is love. What is love? We don't get to know it when we shift from one person to the next over and over again. We get to know entertainment, but nothing about devotion, nothing about actual love of a human being. Like when you're a mother, what's so interesting is you really get to learn love, because this baby transfigures so many times every week, every month. They're in a different body. They're saying different things than they started with. They have a whole nother way of communication. So that's this unconditional love comes in with the continual transfiguration of the baby. And we think that once we become adults, we stop that constant rebirth, death, rebirth. And we do at times, and that's what depression is. Depression is when you've stopped dying. You've just staying in some place where you're clinging to the life you have or you had, and afraid of what it is to live, which is to die over and over again. So don't be afraid of commitment, darling. Please, please. That is, and don't think you're going to be with one woman for the rest of your life. That is a total lie. It's impossible. And she transfigures all the time. It's just get used to the constant rebirthing, the constant allowing of who we are to be explored, together, exploring together. That's really exciting to have a witness to yourself, to be the witness to somebody else. It's amazing. And I want to encourage you, don't be afraid of commitment. Commitment is the beginning of hundreds of doors opening. Just like any spiritual path, if you say, oh yeah, I like the path, but they meditate, so I'm just going to look at the path from over here and not have to do that work of meditating, you haven't entered the path. You don't even know what relationship is until you start with commitment, and now the doors start opening, because they don't open to deeper intimacy, to actual growth, to the flowering of the rose of the woman, until the first thing is the committing to each other, and just it's a big deal. Just one woman, just one man, that's a joke, man. Each human is so profoundly amazing, and you know this when you're a mama, because you see this kid absolutely transfiguring over and over again, and they're so amazing and so beautiful, and you don't need more than one. You're so lucky if you're blessed to have more than one child, but one is enough. One is enough if you open into unconditional love through an adventure of constant transfiguration and exploration together. Okay, love, light, and let's ascend together. Let's integrate our ascension, because it's happening all over the planet. We're all ascending in our different ways, using our different modalities for our rebirthing. Mine recently was Bufo, a Bufo adventure with the Bufo Collective, who are incredibly adept at taking you on a deep adventure. Just let's begin to integrate this huge adventure that's happening on the planet. And mainly what's happening is the Divine Feminine is finally coming as the primary part of the story, where she's been buried and ignored. And we've been in this masculine adventure for quite a long time, a couple thousand years, all about wars and hierarchies and ownerships. Now with the Divine Feminine coming in, allowing all the gifts of the masculine, we're ascending rapidly, very rapidly. Mwah. Okay, commit. Go ahead, take that big step.